So that's the language spoken by this bee.
The beekeeper said that a liter of honey costs over 6,000 naira compared to petroleum products that is less than 1,000 naira, hence the need for aggressive investment in beekeeping. Mr. Kimode, who is also a retiree, identified byproducts to be derived from bee rearing to include honey, wax, propolis, and pollen, saying that the wax derived from bee could also be made into medicinal candle, shoe polish, as well as cream, which clears body rashes. The retiree, who emphasized that beekeeping is not energy sapping, stressed that a keeper also needed a bee house known as hive, where he would be drawing income quarterly without stress. He, however, identified beekeeping challenges to include poaching, bush burning, and violence, calling on the authorities to help create a bee village to be equipped with necessary security gadgets in order to reduce vandalism. The United Nations had in 2017 designated May 20 as World Bee Day to highlight the vital roles played by bees and other pollinators in ecosystem restoration, food security, as well as sustainable agriculture. The theme for this year is Be Inspired by Nature to Nourish Us All.
The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Mr. Festus Keyamo, has stressed the need for urgent institutionalization of the Banjul Accord Group, BAG, transforming it into a permanent and structured body. The minister said this would ensure long-term sustainability and foster deeper collaboration among member states. He made a call in Abuja at the opening of the 18th plenary session of the group. Hamza Kali brings details.
The Banjul Accord Group, BAG, is a regional initiative aimed at strengthening aviation safety, security, and oversight within the West African sub-region. It was also created for member nations to leverage on shared resources and expertise to help them meet international aviation standards. The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Mr. Festus Keyamo, stressed that institutionalizing BAG will equip it with autonomy, adequate resources, and a strong governance framework. Mr. Keyamo maintained that these will drive innovation, improve operational efficiency, and enhance competitiveness in West African aviation.
I urge all stakeholders to actively support this renewed transformation in strengthening BAG and aligning with BAG's mission for enhanced operational safety, shared technical expertise, and create a more seamless and resilient air transport network within our sub-region.
The Minister of Aviation, who also called for the swift implementation of the single African air transport market, described it as a critical flagship project under the African Union Agenda 2063. The Director General of the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority, Captain Chris Najomo, reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to leading efforts towards a safe, secure, and unified air transport sector in the sub-region. The head of the Banjul Accord Group and Director General of the Gambia Civil Aviation Authority, Mr. Fansu Bojang, encouraged service providers to become active members of the group, given their critical role in the aviation industry. The plenary brought together stakeholders who collectively pledged to strengthen aviation safety, cooperation, and economic development across West Africa. In Abuja, Hamza Alkali, Radio Nigeria.
All is now set for the 2025 Nigeria Public Relations Week with the theme Solid Mirrors, a solid path to Nigeria's sustainable economic recovery, the challenge for public relations. Holding in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital. Speaking with Radio Nigeria, the chairman, Nigerian Institute of Public Relations and IPR, Akwa Ibom State Branch, Mr. Manasseh Umwete, explained that the week is a hallmark initiative of the Institute designed to elevate the practice of public relations as a driver of Nigeria's socio-economic growth. Mr. Umwete assured that this edition, the second in the series, would be impactful, bringing together professionals, policymakers, and stakeholders to explore the critical role of communication in driving sustainable development. He highlighted the activities of the week to include engagement with communication students of the University of Uyo, engagement with the Akwa Ibom State Traditional Rulers Council, master classes, stakeholder interactive sessions, panel discussions, among others.
It is the second edition of Nigerian Public Relations Week, dedicated to public relations practice, greatest convocation of PR practitioners in recent time. Over 1,000 delegates from all over the country are here in Uyo. It will feature the conference, the AGM, inductions, as well as elections to the governing council of the NIPR. There will be investiture on the governor as the patron of NIPR in Akwa Ibom State.
The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Haji Mohammed Idris, and the Director General of Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, Dr. Mohammed Bolama, are scheduled to be part of the event.
In Plateau State, the government has expressed its commitment to review its economic policies, regulations, and resolutions, and as well as legislations towards attracting and retaining private sector investment in the state. Governor Caleb Mutfwang made this known while inaugurating the State Economic Advisory Committee at the Government House. Just correspondent Josiah Buzon reports that the governor also swore in 5 new permanent secretaries.
The Economic Advisory Committee was constituted to provide independent, evidence-based and forward-looking advice that will support the government in delivering its economic priorities, from attracting private sector investment and expanding job creation to driving innovation and improving the standard of living for all citizens. It serves as the cornerstone of the administration's development agenda and are intended to guide its collective effort towards more peaceful, prosperous and inclusive Plateau State. While noting that the philosophy of his administration in business is through public-private partnership, Governor Caleb Mutfwang expressed that the state was down the pecking order in the poverty index, a situation he said must change.
And it's simply because we haven't harvested our opportunities in the past. We want to see how to be able to turn all the advantages that God has given us into wealth for the benefit of our people.
Swearing in 5 new permanent secretaries, Governor Caleb Mutfwang said they were selected based on merit.
This is the first time that we are having to conduct an examination to select permanent secretaries. If I had met any of them 1 hour before, now I won't recognize them. I don't know them. All we are trying to establish under this government is a standard of meritocracy.
Governor Mutfwang told the newly appointed permanent secretaries that they were coming at a time when his administration was trying to reform governance and make it more robust and competitive to stand with their peers in other states. He said his administration was deliberate in excluding those below 3 years in service because they want to avoid training people that will retire within a short period of time. Mr. Ibrahim Puri responded on behalf of the Economic Advisory Committee, while Mr. Longnan Gambo responded on behalf of the 5 newly sworn-in permanent secretaries.
I am also sure that Your Excellency, you will accept our decisions, our suggestions.
We are ready to join hands with you in order to achieve that goals and objectives that you have set.
The Czech Republic ambassador to Nigeria, Mr. Denek Krajai, also visited Governor Caleb Mutfwang, where he called for collaboration in the areas of agriculture, mining and education, among others. From Jos, Josiah Buzun, Radio Nigeria.
The federal government says the nation's economic reforms are firmly on track and delivering tangible results. The Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Senator Abubakar Bagudu, stated this in Abuja during a courtesy visit by the World Bank's new country director for Nigeria, Mr. Matthew Burgess. Senator Bagudu highlighted key achievements, including a significant increase in revenues for states and local governments, as well as a notable reduction in national debt. He attributed the progress to widespread support from various sectors, including the political class, labor unions, and the private sector. The minister also commended the World Bank for its continued support and welcomed the recent release of Nigerian Development Update as concrete evidence of the country's economic progress. The World Bank's new country director for Nigeria, Mr. Matthew Burgess, likened Nigeria's current reform path to India's economic transformation in the 1990s, which spurred decades of growth and significantly reduced poverty. Mr. Burgess, who previously served as the South Asia Regional Director for Equitable Growth, Finance and Institutions at the World Bank, brings a wealth of experience from similar roles across Africa and Asia.
An international non-governmental organization, Hague Institute for Innovation Law, says it is committed to creating solutions that respect the dignity of women and the vulnerable in the society. The new chief executive officer of the organization, Mr. Odojude Ilo, stated this in Abuja at a familiarization meeting with the representatives of civil society organization. Mr. Judilo said the Hague Institute for Innovation Law believes that justice is a bedrock of every society, hence the need to help provide justice to victims and survivors of gender-based violence.
It is an organization that is focused on ensuring that justice is for the people, to make sure that the solutions we are thinking of are solutions that actually help victims and survivors. Let us not victimize them twice. Let us not shame them. Let us not dehumanize them because we want to solve their problem. So creating a solution that actually respects their dignity.
The country representative of the Hague Institute for Innovation Law, Mrs. Ijoma Nwafo, said already the organization is working on a pilot stage in Imo State on an innovation called Community Justice Center, aimed at identifying and resolving the challenges of the victims and survivors of gender-based violence, especially at the grassroots.
The community justice centers are designed to be an entry point for people who have justice needs, whether it's to refer them to the right place or even resolve the solution right there, with lawyers coming in to provide services for ADR or mediation.
Mrs. Nwafo said Hague Institute for Innovation Law is also focusing on the best innovation to use to address gender-based violence in Ogun State, which would be replicated across the country.
It's coming up to 22 minutes past 7. You're listening to the news on the network service of Radio Nigeria. In the headlines, Southeast Caucus of House of Representatives calls for cancellation of 2025 UTME. Ebonyi State government distributes over 4 billion naira medical equipment to hospitals. Siltcom, Nelfund commences disbursement of April upkeep allowance to students. Nigerians call for measures to address rising cost of house rent. Plus, sports news, commentary, cyberscope, newspaper headlines, and weather reports. Stay with us.
Radio Nigeria, uplifting the people and uniting the nation.
The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, is driving a campaign to address metering gaps in the Nigerian electricity regulatory industry through various initiatives of the federal government. Tune into the program Electricity Town Hall on the network service of Radio Nigeria every Monday from 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. as officials of NERC discuss the metering initiatives, how you can get a meter, regulatory actions to promote customers without meters, replacing faulty meters, redress mechanisms, and unauthorized access to meters. Be informed and get a meter today. NERC, keeping the lights on.
Radio Nigeria, uplifting the people and uniting the nation.
The Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NELFund, has commenced the disbursement of April 2025 upkeep allowance to eligible students across the country. A statement by its Director, Strategic Communications, Mrs. Oshemi Oluwatui, explains that while payments have been successfully processed, some of the beneficiaries may experience a delay due to the recent upgrade on payments and application processing system. It says the system upgrade is expected to enhance security and support the timely disbursement of upkeep allowances in subsequent payment cycles. According to the statement, NELFund is working closely with relevant stakeholders to resolve these issues promptly and ensure that all eligible students receive their entitlements without further delays. It states that the agency remains committed to transparency, operational excellence, and the timely delivery of student support in alignment with the Renewed Hope agenda.
Residents of Osun State have called for government's intervention on the excessive increase in prices of house rents in major towns across the state. They made the call while speaking with Radio Nigeria following reports of extortion by some landlords and agents in recent times. Mujishola Oladili completes the story.
In Nigeria's challenging housing market, prospective tenants often face financial strain due to outrageous agency fees charged by landlords and their agents. For some years now, tenants have been grappling with inflation, stagnant wages, and a housing shortfall, an emerging trend which is compounding their problems. Estate agents are imposing illegal fee hikes aside rent, while some landlords increase their rent arbitrarily. Speaking with Radio Nigeria, a resident of Oshogbo, Mr. Toba Adedeji, said property owners have turned their houses to commodity, considering the incessant increase of rent on yearly basis.
Initially, I started paying the house rent of 150,000, and in 2023 it was increased to 200,000. In 2024 it was increased to 300,000, and this 2025 it was increased to 500,000. The landlords and also the agents, they have seen house rents like a commodity, the same way hiking prices of commodities are increasing.
Mr. Adedeji stressed the need for government to regulate the activities of landlords and tenants in Osun State to serve as check on the extortion of tenants. Corroborating his view, a civil servant, Mr. Ismail Adeleke, noted that activities of estate agents, particularly in major towns, should be regulated, stressing that tenants' needs must be considered.
Other people or other service, they continue to do the way they are doing. The state will not be bearable for people to live any longer.
While decrying the inflation rate in the country, Mr. Adeleke explained that the basic needs of an average civil servant cannot be met with their monthly income. Speaking from a legal point of view, Mr. Hireoluwa Oguntuashe, who pointed out that most of the agents engage in the business without full knowledge of the practice, called for regulation of the sector through an established professional body or trade union. Reacting, our landlord in Owodiede, Chief Ayo Agbola, explained that the attitude of landlords differ, noting that some do not know the final or total amount proposed to tenants by the agents handling their houses. He attributed bad economy, high cost of building materials, and increase in price of workmanship as major factors necessitating increase in the house rent.
If you are fortunate as a tenant to have direct link with landlord, that one is much more better than liaising with the agent.
Chief Agbola will explain that most agents took advantage of the poor economic situation to extort tenants, appealed to government to regulate the prices of building materials such as cement, sand, iron sheets, gravel, and tiles. The managing director of a real estate in Osogbo, Prince Kehinde Adegoke, noted that although there were some registered trade unions, most intending tenants patronized non-members, which made them fall victim of scam or extortion.
Now, this extortion will stop. We used to tell people, you don't pay for consultation fee. That is where their money starts. Some of them will say, we want to go and check the house, so you must pay some fee. Why? No, the only thing you can do if you are driving your car, pick them up and drop them back, or you pay for transportation and drop them back. But legally, there's some fee that you need to pay when you are renting an apartment. If you are renting a house that is 500,000 naira, automatically the only money you can pay on it is 10% agency.
Prince Adegoke will urge Nigerians to prioritize registered agents, stressed that the inflation rate and cost of building materials also contributed to the increase in prices of rent. Contributing, the Chairman House Committee on Lands, Physical Planning and Urban Development, Mr. Lekon Adeoti, noted that the Osun State Estate Agency Regulatory Authority Establishment Bill 2024, passed last year, would help to curb their excesses. In Ilesha, Osun State, Mojisola Oladele, Radio Nigeria.
Meanwhile, housing deficits owing to growing urban population has become a major challenge confronting citizens in Nigeria. In this special report, correspondent Rotimi Famaki examines the plights of tenants as landlords and housing agents leverage on scarcity of rentable apartments through exploitation.
Adequate housing and choice of housing location forms one of the sustainable development goals of the United Nations. Housing deficit, especially in the urban centers, has over the years been a major challenge facing many Nigerians, leading to many considering slums, shanties, underbridge, and dilapidated buildings as alternative habitats. For instance, reports by the United Nations indicates that about 1.6 billion people worldwide lack adequate housing, while this could further rise to 3 billion by 2030. The shortage in the housing sector has placed many Nigerians at the mercy of landlords and agents, while some tenants, including Chukwu Ebuka, blame the landlord and agent for exploiting them. Others blame the agent for hiking their commission.
The major problem we are having is landlords. This is not issue of agent or no agent. You see there is a house 1.4 million, 1.something million. Once you put your mattress there, there's no space again in the room.
Most of the tenants are facing in the landlord's house is very expensive. They believe that they are the owner of the house. Nobody is going to challenge them.
Landlord direct, no, 120 is for landlord. So if another person just packing in, I don't know how much the agents will collect, but for landlord, the room and price 120,000.
A housing agent at Orogun in Ibadan, who preferred being identified by his company name, blamed the landlord for abysmal increase in their rents. The housing agent said interagency referral of tenants and choice of preferred location of tenants influence difference in their charges.
Most of the times too, landlord is also part of this. They increase their rents, and the increment is not even like 10,000, 20,000. It will double up, and again, everything also depends on areas.
One of the leadership of Landlord Association in Ibadan, Mr. Emmanuel Oshungade, said the cost of building materials as well as the prevailing situation in the country have led to an upward review of their rent fees.
When we built a house about 10 years ago, now if you didn't have left the price high, So when you want to buy something to repair the house, you see now, it's not the price they sell for 10 years, they will sell now. You see, roofing sheet now is 70-something thousand from 40,000.
When contacted, the Oyo State Commissioner for Land, Housing and Urban Development, Mr. Williams Akinfunmilayo, said his ministry has not received any complaint from tenants regarding exploitation by the landlords.
There has not been any official complaint to that effect for us to investigate and advise government on a policy decision. It's only when we get complaints from people that's only when we can swing into action.
Mr. Akinfunmilayo pledged the resolve of the state government in addressing housing issues relating to land, housing and urban development. In Ibadan, Rotimi Famakin, Radio Nigeria.
Also, Nigerians have expressed frustrations over the persistent hike in prices of property rentals and exploitation by landlords and agents across the country. Some residents, including Mr. Chibuzo Ayawu and Mrs. Kikelomo Salako, who recounted their struggles while speaking with Radio Nigeria in Abeokuta, said the high costs in rents and exploitative prices of these agents have continued unabated in spite of the economic conditions in the country. They appealed to the government to develop and enforce regulations to curb extortion and promote dialogue between landlords, agents and tenants. A legal expert, Mr. Ganiu Ogusonwu, emphasized that landlord-tenant relationships are recognized by law, stressing that agents could only act on behalf of property owners with a valid power of attorney. Mr. Ogusonwu, who condemned the increasing trend of extortion by landlords and agents, emphasized that such practices are unlawful and forbidden. The legal expert advocated tenant education on their rights and encouraged tenants to request documents supporting agents' involvement and documentation in protecting tenants' interests, saying the step would drastically reduce extortion by landlords and agents.
Away from house rent matters now, new staff of the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, FRCN, have been charged on creativity and ingenuity in the discharge of their duties to meet up with the current trend in their reportage. The Director, News Radio Nigeria, Ms. Hussein Akila, while interacting with members of the News Department of Atlantic FM in Uyo, charged them to focus more on issue and solution-based reportage and not on personalities. Ms. Akila commended their resilience and commitment while encouraging them to put in their best, exhibit humility as well as hard work, and shun unethical practices. The Director of News noted that the management was aware of the various challenges and is working on overcoming them. Responding on behalf of the staff, the acting head of News Atlantic FM in Uyo, Uko Sam, gave an assurance that the staff will imbibe the knowledge gained from the interaction to improve on their duties.
As some Nigerian programs wrap up their spiritual engagements in Medina, the journey has now shifted to Mecca for the continuation of the 2025 Hajj rites. A key stop on this sacred path is the Miqat, which is the designated station where pilgrims enter the state of Ihram, signifying their formal intention to perform Umrah. Hadiza Abdurrahman, who is in Saudi Arabia for this year's Hajj, now reports.
This ritual marks a significant moment in the pilgrimage, a spiritual transition steeped in reflection and reverence. At Miqat, the physical act of bathing, wearing the plain white garment, and reciting the Niyya is symbolic of the pilgrim's inner purification and renewed focus. Among the crowd at Miqat, I witnessed emotional scenes as Nigerian pilgrims prepared for the next phase of Hajj. Some described the moment as deeply humbling, a culmination of years of prayers and anticipation. For first-timers, it was inspiring. For returnees, a longed for spiritual homecoming.
The Miqat, we've taken our Niyya to do Umrah, and then we are moving from here straight to Mecca. Remarkable improvement. Going from years of coming in.
We have accomplished successfully all the activities, all the Hajj rites that ought to be performed in Medina. We are now moving to Mecca, and our people are presently at Miqat, where they commence the activities of what you call Lesser Hajj, which you call Umrah.
I've done all the ziyaras and I'm so happy about it. I'm here for the first time. From here we are doing our Umrah heading to Mecca. May Allah ease our affairs.
The Chief Imam of Area 10 Garki Abuja, Malam Yaya Garba, spoke on the essence of the exercise, highlighting its ability to cleanse the soul and renew one's commitment to faith.
Essence of Umrah is for you to combine and kill two birds with one stone. As you are coming for Hajj, you are getting Umrah and you are getting Hajj at the same time. It cleanses, wipes somebody's sins.
He reminded pilgrims to remain grounded in sincerity and follow the guidance of Islamic scholars while performing the Hajj rites.
They should try as much as they can to adhere to the teachings of ulama, to the teachings of their scholars, to see how you can perform it effectively.
More group of Nigerian pilgrims are scheduled to leave the city of Medina in the days ahead as the 2025 Hajj progresses. From the city of Medina in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Hadiza Abdurrahman, Radio Nigeria.
Still outside the country, in recent years, West Africa has witnessed a wave of democratic changes marked by successive military coups in countries like Mali, Guinea, Burkina Faso and Niger. These developments have not only disrupted constitutional order but also weakened regional stability, undermined public trust in democratic institutions and created fertile grounds for conflict. This perhaps is one of the reasons Nigeria recently launched an initiative, Regional Partnership for Democracy, that's RPD. In this special report, Foreign Affairs correspondent Sandra Odike examines this Regional Partnership for Democracy program and its positive impacts.
West Africa is no stranger to democratic turbulence. Over the past 4 years, countries like Mali, Guinea, Burkina Faso and Niger have experienced unconstitutional changes of government, coupled with growing citizen distrust, electoral issues and economic hardship. The Regional Partnership for Democracy, RPD, was launched with the support from the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, with the aim of finding a lasting solution to the challenges of the continent. Ambassador Yusuf Tugar is the Minister of Foreign Affairs. He described the RPD as a proactive response to the regional democratic regression.
This partnership is our collective response to the sobering realities that confront our democracy.
And civic education enables crowd to solve learning and cooperation. Our government expert, Mr. Bako Oluwole, emphasized that the
victory from day one of the handball event at the games. Niger, despite the former and missed, defeated a well-drilled Team Kano 5-4 in the first match. He walked over Team Enugu, who arrived late for the match. Before the commencement of the day's matches, the teams observed a mini silence for late coach Silvanus Audu of Kano State, who died last week Tuesday following a brief ailment. Day 2 fixtures today will see FCT take on Kano at 9 a.m. in the male category, Osun versus Sokoto at 11 a.m. and Enugu versus Adamawa at 1 p.m. In the female category, Ogun will square off against Kogi at 9 a.m., Edo versus Kano at 11 a.m. and Oyo will take on Imo at 1 p.m. In the men's football results, Team Lagos walked over Team Ondo to claim all 3 points. Team FCT recorded the biggest win on match day 1. Festival has given them a morale booster to aim for the gold medal ahead of the opening games. Cricket event starts today with Team Ogun facing Team Kaduna. Formats to be participated in, mainly T20 exercise formats. Forum has been upgraded to provide 3 different platforms for the 3 formats. The Nigerian Cricket Federation and private sponsors at the end of proceedings yesterday. The defending champion left people with Benue State Sports Council, Anthony Tobunde, cleared the air while speaking exclusively with Radio Nigeria Sports. Mr. Tobunde sympathized with the athletes and officials for the unforeseen mechanical breakdown that affected some of their vehicles, but was quick to add that the athletes are in high spirit and ready to put up a credible performance in Abeokuta.
Team Benue are fully represented at the Gateway Games. They took off and arrived yesterday.
edition of the Ballon d'Or, football's most prestigious individual accolade will take place on Monday, September 22 at the iconic theatre. A football player can receive, recognizing exceptional talent and outstanding achievements on the pitch. This year, the organizers say they're proud to expand their recognition to include 3 new categories celebrating the achievements of female players. The 2025 award will include the Men's and Women's Ballon d'Or, Men's and Women's Copper Trophy for Best Young Player, Men's and Women's Shashin Trophy for Best Goalkeeper, Men's and Women's Jerem Muller Trophy for Top Scorer in Club and National Team, Men's and Women's Johan Croft Trophy for Best Coach in Club and National Team, and Men's and Women Club of the Year, and Socrates Award presented by L'Equipe Group, and Peace and Sports for Solidarity Actions or Societal Causes carried out by a committed champion. The nominees will be announced at the beginning of August. And that's a wrap on sports news this morning. I am Annabelle Okweri.
Thank you, Annabelle. The commentary is on checking the proliferation of light arms and small weapons into Nigeria. It is written by Mujtaba Bello of our Pride FM Gusau.
An online dictionary defines small and light weapons as some classes of portable weapons. Such kinds of weapons comprise handguns, rifles, machine guns, grenades, launchers, hand grenades, ammunition and explosives. Proliferation of such kinds of weapons around the world is a source of serious concern to not only government, but also well-meaning individuals whose desire is to have a peaceful world to live in. Since the time of the country's civil war, such illegal weapons have found their ways into the country, thereby aggravating insecurity and violence. According to the United Nations report, 70% of the estimated 500 million of such weapons that are in circulation in West African sub-region are domiciled in Nigeria. This, no doubt, is a major source of concern that will require urgent efforts to address. Investigations attribute proliferation of such weapons in the country to spillover effects of the crises in Libya, Mali, Chad, and other internal crises in parts of the country. Illegal importation of such firearms into the country is being carried out through the nation's porous land borders, seaports, highways, and airports, with alleged connivance of officials manning these posts. Worried by this development, the federal government inaugurated the Presidential Committee on Small Arms and Light Weapons, PRESCOM, in an effort to address movement of such weapons in the country. It is also charged with the responsibility to improve livelihood of the people and communities that surrendered their weapons and to work with international organizations to conduct practical disarmament at border communities. It is also to provide support to repentant bandits, agitators, and militants. The committee has swung into action, partnering several state governments in the country to recover various weapons in the hands of bandits, militants, agitators, and other groups. States that have partnered with the committee include Benue, Rivers, Katsina, Imo, Zamfara, and Kaduna in their various disarmament programs in which several illegally acquired weapons were surrendered. For example, in Zamfara State, about 5,870 illegal arms were recovered and publicly destroyed in 2018. Similarly, in February 2018, the then Inspector General of Police had directed all police formations in the country to immediately commence simultaneously the mopping from individuals and groups. As part of the efforts to ensure its success, an ultimatum of 21 days at intervals were issued for voluntary return of all prohibited arms in the hands of the public, individuals, and groups. As at that time, a total of 9,657 illegal firearms and about 26,994 illegal ammunitions in possession of suspected militias, bandits, armed herdsmen, farmers, and other groups and individuals were recovered. Happily, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had in June last year signed into law the Small and Light Weapons Bill, which will go a long way in bolstering national security. The law provided the center with a robust legal framework to intensify efforts against illicit arms, strengthened the country's institutional capacity to regulate and monitor the possession and manufacture of small arms. It will also enhance enforcement mechanism and border security to guard against illegal arms trafficking, address challenges posed by insurgency, terrorism, banditry, amongst others. It is therefore pertinent for all stakeholders to synergize and rise up to the task of addressing the issue to further guarantee security of lives and properties of the citizenry. People must support security agencies by providing adequate and useful information on the activities of gun runners, criminals who are bent on thwarting government efforts toward providing security to all citizens.
That commentary on checking the proliferation of light arms and small weapons into Nigeria was written by Mujtaba Bello and read by Fubara Pepple.
Next is Cyberscope, bringing you the top trends shaping conversations across Nigeria's social media space. The political scene is heating up online as Senator Natasha Akpoti-Oduala files yet another petition targeting not only Senate President Godswill Akpabio but also Dr. Sandra Duru. She's alleging criminal conspiracy, defamation, and cyber-stalking tied to earlier harassment claims. The accusation sparked renewed debates around political rivalry and gender politics. Social media users, with their usual flair, dubbed it Nollywood Red Chamber Edition and even mocked up a movie poster titled The Petition Chronicles Volume 2.
Okay, still online in the Northeast, Governor Babagana Zulum once again made headlines after visiting Matei, that's in Borno State, following renewed insurgent attacks. He urged swift action to protect the area, warning, and I quote, "We can't lose Matei again." And online, we see and read many praising him for his hands-on leadership, calling him one of the few political figures who walk the talk.
In the House of Film world, Kannywood faced a shake-up. The Kano State Censorship Board suspended 22 House of Film series, including popular ones like La Barina and Nkoa, for airing without clearance. Online reactions were swift and divided. Some called it censorship gone too far. Others lauded the move to maintain standards. Either way, the debate around creative freedom and cultural integrity is back in the spotlight.
Finally, in sports, South Africa finally broke their 28-year drought by winning their first ever Africa Under-20 title, defeating Morocco 1-0. Nigerians also had cause to cheer as the Flying Eagles secured bronze after edging out Egypt in a penalty shootout. And that should be a wrap on Cyberscope today. Connect with us on Radio Nigeria using the hashtag that's at Cyberscope. Cyberscope was compiled by Abdullahi Lamino.
Next is newspaper headlines, and let's begin with the Blueprint newspaper here. We have other papers too that you may wish to take a look at, but we just give you appetizers so you go to your vendors and pick a paper or two. The Blueprint leads with this story. FG unveils $2 billion fiber infrastructure. Digital economy attracts $191 million FDI. And then there are riders, sector's contribution to GDP to rise from 16% to 22%. Bosun, how we seek to grow $1 trillion economy by Gudu. The full story is on page 21 of the Blueprint newspaper. There are other stories. 2027, Ohaneze, Southeast stakeholders endorse Tinubu for second term. And then there's another one you may wish to take a look at. We never understood magnitude of our refinery, Dangote. That's for the Blueprint newspaper.
I'm moving to the leadership, the bold one here. State of emergency on food security not yielding results. Page 4 has the story, and it has 3 riders. Stakeholders blame FG's approach, saying Nigeria is slow in technology adoption. And this one says, why trend will persist? AFAN president. Another rider says, US, Netherlands, Brazil, others reap big. Check page 4 for the gist of the story. INEC unveils parties, candidates for Anambra poll. Page 18 has a story, and you have other headlines. 2027, I am in coalition against bad governance. That's according to OB. Page 7 has the gist. NBA directs branches to set up anti-graft committees. Page 16 has the story. Nasarawa gets 9.75 billion naira refund for airport. And that's it for newspaper headlines this morning.
Very well then, for weather update. State, sunny skies and few clouds are expected over the northern region with chances of isolated thunderstorms over parts of Taraba, Bauchi, Gombe and Adamawa states during the morning period. Also in the north central region, sunny skies and patches of clouds are anticipated with prospects of afternoon and evening isolated thunderstorms over parts of the Federal Capital Territory, Nasarawa, Kogi, Plateau, Benue and Niger states. Over the southern region, morning thunderstorms are anticipated over parts of Cross River, Lagos, Bayelsa, Rivers and Akwa Ibom states, while later in the day thunderstorms are equally envisaged over most parts of the region.
And that's weather report for you for the day. To end the news, here is a recap of the major stories. The Southeast Caucus of the House of Representatives has called for a total cancellation of the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, UTME. The Ebonyi State government has distributed medical equipment and commodities worth over 4 billion naira to 15 general hospitals located in 13 local government areas of the state. The Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NEL Fund, has commenced the disbursement of April 2025 upkeep allowance to eligible students across the country. We also reported that Nigerians have called for measures to address rising costs of house rent in the country.
And that's our package, edited by Emmanuel Kutara and the production team. I am Yahya Umar.
And I am Harriet Adams. Thank you so much for listening, and do stay tuned for our next program.
99.1 àwa la jẹ́ number 1 tá ń jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ bó ti ṣe ń lọ pẹ̀lú àwọn ètò tó fa wọ́n yọ àtàwọn ìròyìn tó fọgbọ́n yọ àti ìpolówó ọjà tó mú ní ìta lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ àwa la nìyẹn ibikíbi lákòókò yó rédíò Amúlùdùn láyé ń bá kétékété Moniya láwa ń bàdàn rédíò Amúlùdùn láyé ń bá kétékété. Amúlùdùn FM 99.1 ní Moniya ń bàdàn ló máa ń múnú àwa dùn.
Ìwọ ọ̀rẹ́ mi tẹ́tí ò gbọ́ bó ṣe ń dún Amúlùdùn FM 99.1.
À ń jáde lọ lè ní Elédùmarè. Elédùmarè à ń jáde lọ́dọ̀ ní Elédùmarè jíjáde wa ká má pàdé àgbákò jíjáde wa ká má pàdé àgbákò ohun tá ó jẹ là ń wá lọ bàbá ká má pàdé ohun tí ó jẹ wá ohun tá ó jẹ là ń wá lọ bàbá ká má pàdé ohun tí ó jẹ wá. Ọlọ́run là ló lè káyé já. Nítorí rẹ̀ mo ṣe rọ̀ mọ́ ọ. Agbọ́kànlé mi má jẹ́ kó dòfo. Bàbá mo gbọ́kànlé ọ. Ẹni Ọlọ́run là ló lè káyé já. Nítorí rẹ̀ mo ṣe rọ̀ mọ́ ọ. Agbọ́kànlé mi má jẹ́ kó dòfo. Bàbá mo gbọ́kànlé ọ. Ọlọ́run là ló lè káyé já nítorí rẹ̀ mo ṣe rọ̀ mọ́ agbọ́kànlé mi má jẹ́ kó dòfo bàbá mo gbọ́kànlé ọ. Ẹni Ọlọ́run là ló lè káyé já nítorí rẹ̀ mo ṣe rọ̀ mọ́ agbọ́kànlé mi má jẹ́ kó dòfo bàbá mo gbọ́kànlé ọ. Ó dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ ó dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ insurance cover. Kó dára fún wa ó dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ o ó dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ o. Ká lówó lọ́wọ́ o ó dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ o ó dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ o. Ká bímọ lè mọ ó dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ o ó dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ o. Fún wa lálàáfíà ó dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ o ó dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ o. Jẹ́ ká yé wa dára o ó dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ bàbá o ó dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ o. Ká bímọ lémọ̀ ó dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ bàbá ó dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ o. Ká máa rí ṣe ó dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ o ó dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ o. Nílé ayé wa fún wa ní dẹ̀ra o ó dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ o. Fún wa lálàáfíà nílé ayé wa ó dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ o. Ó dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ o.
aráyé o ẹ bá mi jó gbogbo aráyé o ẹ bá mi yọ̀ ogójì ọdún tí mo ti ń bá bọ̀ mo dúpẹ́ o f'Olúwa o aráyé o ẹ bá mi jó aráyé o ẹ bá mi yọ̀ ogójì ọdún tí mo ti ń bá bọ̀ mo dúpẹ́ o f'Olúwa o. Tí ó ṣe mímí lẹ́gbọ̀dọ̀ mo dúpẹ́. Tí ó ṣe mímí lẹ́gbọ̀dọ̀ mo dúpẹ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọrin sólúwa wá. Elédùmarè ọba tó dá wa. Sílé ayé, sílé ayé, sílé ayé, ọba tó dá wa. Sílé ayé.
Rédíò Amúlùdùn 99.1 FM àgbéjàládànù tuntun la gbére.
Elédùmarè eke Hosanna o eke Hosanna Elédùmarè eke Hosanna o. Eke Hosanna Elédùmarè eke Hosanna o. Eke Hosanna, Elédùmarè, eke Hosanna o. You are the son of this day, congratulations, happy birthday to you. You are the son of this day, congratulations, happy birthday to you. Of this day, congratulations, happy birthday to you.
Rédíò Amúlùdùn 99.1 FM àgbéjàládànù tuntun la gbére.
The federal government of Nigeria wants vandals of national assets, electricity transmission towers, cables, and other facilities to desist from this act of sabotage. Vandalism is a serious crime punishable under the law. Vandalizing electrical equipments will affect millions of Nigerians, including your loved ones. Remember that national assets belong to all of us, hence the need to protect them. Report all cases of suspicious movement around electrical facilities to security agencies. When you see something, say something. This message is from the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation in collaboration with the National Counter-Terrorism Center, NCTC, Office of the National Security Advisor.
The National Broadcast Academy organizes workshops on creative writing, public speaking, and broadcast media management.
The workshop is open to advertising agencies, speech writers, corporate executives, and individuals who are interested in improving their writing, speaking, and media management skills.
The workshops hold from Monday to Friday for 2 weeks.
From 16th to 27th of June 2025.
National Broadcast Academy, located at 1A at Dekule Fajri Liberty Way, GRA, Ikeja, Lagos.
For further information, call
0805 307 8029 0803 394 1805.
Visit the website www.natbar.edu.ng.
You can go on to the social media platform at facebook.com/nbacademy.ng. Announcer NBA Management.
Pẹ̀lú ọpẹ́ sí Ọlọ́run fún ìgbésí ayé rere nínú Kristi, akéde ikú ìyá wa àti ìyá wa late Mrs. Felicia Modúpẹ́ Ọlábánkọ́lé tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ sí ìyá ìwé ìyá wa sùn nínú Olúwa lẹ́yìn ọdún 75 75 years. Bí ètò ìsìnkú màmá wa ṣe lọ rèé o, àìsùn àṣálẹ́ onígbàgbọ́ Christian Wake ló máa wáyé ní Fájì Test Compound Kìṣẹ́gun ọ̀gbọ́n ìsáò Ìgbàjọ Ọ̀ṣun State ní Friday ọjọ́ 23 oṣù yìí Friday 23 May 2025 bẹ̀rẹ̀ láago 4 ìrọ̀lẹ́. Ìsìn ìkẹyìn fún màmá wa máa wáyé ní Sátidé ọjọ́ 24 oṣù yìí Saturday 24 May 2025 ní CAC Òkè Ìṣẹ́gun ìsáò Ìgbàjọ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun bẹ̀rẹ̀ láago 10 òwúrọ̀. Ayé ìgbàlejò àti wẹ̀jẹ̀wẹ̀mú ló máa tẹ̀lé ní kété lẹ́yìn ìsìn ní Falolu Event Center Ìgbàjọ. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ àti ọmọ ló gbẹ̀yìn màmá wa Felicia Modúpẹ́ Ọlábánkọ́lé ìyá ìwé. Àwa fẹ́ yín ṣùgbọ́n Jésù Kristi fẹ́ yín jù wá lọ. Ẹ máa sinmi lọ láyé olùgbàlà títí di ọjọ́ àjíǹde níbi tá ó ti pàdé tí ìpínyà ò ní sí mọ́. Ó dàárọ̀. Olùkéde Sọ́fíọ́ and Mrs. Kọ́láwọlé lórúkọ gbogbo ẹbí.
Ọwọ́ wa ni ìlera ara wa wà o. Ìdí nìyí tí gbogbo wa fi ní ipa pàtàkì láti kó lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìlera ara wa. Ó tó àkókò láti ní ìmọ̀ tó kún lórí ọ̀nà tá a lè gbà dẹ́kun àrùn àti àìsàn láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀pẹ̀ wá. Ǹjẹ́ o mọ̀ pé ó lè dènà àwọn àrùn àti àìsàn bí àrùn kògbóògùn HIV/AIDS, syphilis àti hepatitis. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìtọ́jú tó péye wà fún wọn tí àwọn tó ní àrùn yìí yóò sì bọ́ lọ́wọ́ ikú òjijì. Ohun tí ènìyàn bá mọ̀ kì í tún ṣe àgbà ẹni mọ́ o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ panupọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀. O lè gbé ìgbésí ayé tó lálàáfíà, ṣe àyẹ̀wò kí o sì gba ìtọ́jú tí o nílò. O lè kápá àrùn kògbóògùn pẹ̀lú ìtọ́jú tó péye. Àrùn syphilis lè di ohun ìgbàgbé lágọ̀ọ́ ara rẹ pẹ̀lú àwọn oògùn tó ń dènà àrùn lágọ̀ọ́ ara. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni gbígba abẹ́rẹ́ àjẹsára lè dènà àìsàn hepatitis. Ṣíṣe àyẹ̀wò lóòrèkóòrè ní ọ̀nà tí a lè gbà dènà ìtànkálẹ̀ àrùn kògbóògùn HIV/AIDS, syphilis àti hepatitis. Rí i pé ó ṣe àyẹ̀wò ara rẹ kí o sì jìnnà sí gbogbo ohun tó lè fa àrùn àti àìsàn wọ̀nyí. Dídènà àti gbígba ìtọ́jú tó péye wà lọ́wọ́ gbogbo wa láti fi òpin sí ìtànkálẹ̀ HIV/AIDS, syphilis àti hepatitis. Èèyàn ní àrùn kògbóògùn HIV/AIDS kò túmọ̀ sí pé irú ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ ti gba ọjọ́ ikú o. Ìlanilọ́yẹ̀ lórí àwọn àìsàn wọ̀nyí lè gba ẹ̀mí ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan là. Bá dókítà rẹ sọ̀rọ̀ kí o sì ṣe àyẹ̀wò sí àgọ́ ara rẹ. Ẹ̀mí ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan ṣe pàtàkì o. Ìkéde yìí wá látọ̀dọ̀ obìnrin àkọ́kọ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà, Sínẹ́tọ̀ Olúrẹ̀mí Tinubu, CON.
Ọlọ́run ló pèsè wà lọ́nà orin. 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 Bàbá ṣiṣẹ́ kékeré o, káṣá ti rèrè tó pọ̀. Bàbá ṣiṣẹ́ kékeré o, káṣá ti rèrè tó pọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ. Ọlọ́run ló pèsè wà lọ́nà orin. Iṣẹ́ lógun ṣẹ̀dákun múra sí ti ẹni ṣiṣẹ́ jàre òṣè ó dájú ọ̀rẹ́ wa. Iṣẹ́ òun mi mo ṣe bọ̀rọ̀ lóhùn mi o. Lọ́mọdé lágbà làpàtẹ́pá mọ́ṣẹ́. Iṣẹ́ lógun ṣẹ̀yìn ara mi o. Nínú wa ní barista lọ́ọ̀yà o tó bá ṣiṣẹ́ tó tẹpá mọ́ṣẹ́. Ó ń láti fi lọ́ọ̀yà èyí lò ó. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni medical doctor o ó bá ṣiṣẹ́ tó tẹpá mọ́ṣẹ́. Ó ń láti fi doctor èyí lò rẹpẹtẹ. Ẹnjíníà pẹ̀lú professor. Ẹnjíníà pẹ̀lú professor o. Tó bá ṣiṣẹ́ tẹpá mọ́ṣẹ́. Ó láti ṣàṣelà òtí dájú ọ̀rẹ́ wa. Transport náà tábẹ́ni tó ń wakọ̀. Tàbí kọ̀ńdọ́kítọ̀ tó ń gbowó. Tó dojúkọ ọ̀sẹ̀ tó tẹpá mọ́ṣẹ́ o. Ó láti ṣàṣelà òtí dájú o. mọ̀ṣẹ́ wa ta tẹpá mọ́ṣẹ́. Ara yóò ní kọ̀wé ṣàmì aláṣẹ ṣàṣẹ la ò ti dáadúrà ọ̀dàbọ̀ra ta ni. Ẹlẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ mo ní ẹ pa ń para ẹ̀ o lòun pàjá ẹ lòun pa. Wọ́n gba ẹ sí iṣẹ́ òun ṣọlẹ̀ lásán o. Kó sọ pé ọgọ́ta wá gbowó bọ́ọ̀kọ̀ ò bàtà wá gbowó ẹ̀ o. Bí iléeṣẹ́ bá dàrú wá fèrègè. Bọ́ọ̀lù bá ń bẹ lẹ́yìn oníṣẹ́ ń kọ́. Ìwọ ló fi ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó bá yá ìwọ fúnra ẹ̀ ló ń torí ẹ̀. Ọ̀gá náà ń pè ní mástà lọ́jọ́kọjọ́. Ọmọọṣẹ́ tó máa jẹ́ mástà àtẹ̀pamọ́ṣẹ́. Ó gbàgbé gbogbo owó mástà láì ṣiṣẹ́. Ọlọ́run tó ṣẹ̀dá bàbá oníṣẹ́ ló ṣẹ̀dá àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tó ní. Òun náà rè wàhálà kò tó doníṣẹ́ àfaradà ló pọ̀ kó tó rówó. Kó tó fi dáṣẹ́ ọ̀hún lẹ̀ kó tó rí ṣe. Kò ti ṣiṣẹ́ onítọ̀hún ọjọ́ sí o ló ṣe tààrà ẹ̀ bó bá dá dúró. Ẹ̀bẹ̀ tí mo kàn ń bẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ọba lórí àwa òṣìṣẹ́ pátá o. Àlùbáríkà lójú ọ̀pọ̀ lọ́la o. Fàlùbáríkà ṣe ìtàbà ṣe. Lọ́jọ́ káàjì lòwúrọ̀ ibiṣẹ́ yá kásúrò ẹ̀wù ó dọ̀nà àpápá. Lagos Victoria Island níbiṣẹ́ mi. Industrial ní Ìkẹjà ìlú péjú. Ẹni bá rè kápá lóṣòdì á rí wípé ìjọra olùyẹ ó má ṣe sọ. Àríkọ́ ọmọ Àdàmọ̀ ń ságbára. Àtijẹ àti mu àti ilé lọ́wọ́ lọ́wọ́ nínú gòsìlò ọ̀nà pápá nínú òòlù èkó kó ṣe sọ. Mo fẹ́ wọ tẹ́lẹ̀ òwúrọ̀ lágogo mẹ́jọ o. Mo ti jí láago márùn-ún jáde nílé o. Kẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ wákàtí mẹ́rin tá a pé aláwọ̀ láti kó ọ̀bọ̀ lọ́la o. Ṣíjú àánú wa wá òṣìṣẹ́ pátá o. Lọ́tí wá sówó ìlàrí aláwọ̀ rà máa jẹ́ ara sá máa jẹ́ ara gbó. Ọba Síkírì wá ìlú ọ̀bọ̀ lọ́la o. Ọba ṣe rántí àwa sówó. Ọba ṣe rántí àwa sílé. Ọba ṣe rántí àwa sọ́mọ o. Aláfíà lọ́dẹ̀dẹ̀ mi àgbájé. Ẹ̀mí gògùn lọ́dẹ̀dẹ̀ mi àgbájé. Ẹ̀bẹ̀ là ń bẹ wá ìlú ọ̀pọ̀ lọ́la o. Màtàyé sọ wà lẹ́yìn ìgbàgbésáyé wà ní o. If music is the food of love, then let us continue. Iṣẹ́ orin bá wa sábà. Ká tó roriwo, ká tó kọrin, ká tó lùlù tó dùn sí kán tó jó. Ká tó máa ṣọ̀wáwú níbikíbi, á fún ni ilẹ̀wú dáṣọ́rọ́ ni, á dání lọ́la fún mi lówó. Ọ̀rọ̀ àṣírí ló ń bẹ nínú Bàṣírù, ọba Bàṣírì, tó gbónú mi ní àwọn èèyàn ló ń náwó. Gbogbo ẹni tí ò tí ní kan fẹ́ ná. Iṣẹ́ kékeré wá ìlú ọba lọ́la fàlùbáríkà sí tí wọ́n bá ṣe o. Mi ò lòdì sí pé kẹ́kọ̀ọ́rin tó dùn fún ní kánáwó. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ọba ń kọrin ẹ̀bùn rí báwo. Ṣé ló tẹ̀ fà mọ́ṣẹ́? Kánáwó fún kò láì fi rárá. Nítorí nínú ẹni mo ti ń jẹ. Níṣe ló tẹ pámọ́ṣẹ́ mo rí dájú. Gbogbo ẹni tó ń tọ̀wọ́ bá kò tó náwó. Àbùdé ní tòmí òkun ó dájú àbùdí ní tọ́lọ́sà ẹ̀ ṣáámi. Ibi tẹ́ ẹ gbé fowó ọ̀hún tẹ̀ iná àgbà náà ò ní ìwọ̀bẹ̀ ẹ̀ ṣáámi rẹ̀ pẹ̀tẹ́. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣá ó wá kọ̀ọ̀rọ̀ kékeré kan tó jó ti tọrọ ẹ̀sùn mọ́ bí ọ̀rẹ́ wa. iṣẹ́ lókun ṣe ara mi o lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin tẹ pamọ́ṣẹ́ tewé dàgbà mo bẹ̀ ní ẹ̀ máa ṣọlẹ̀ o iṣẹ́ la fi ń bẹ̀ ní gíga láyé báwo rẹ̀ bẹ̀yìn tí láyé o gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀lẹ láàrí báwo bá rẹ̀ ní gbẹ̀kẹ̀lé o àtẹ̀ramọ́ṣẹ́ ìjọmọ́ mi o ìyá rẹ̀ lè lówó lọ́wọ́ kí bàbá ṣe lẹ́sìn lé wọn o bó bá gbójúlé wọn ọ̀rẹ́ ó tẹ́tọ́ o agbójúlógún lóbi láì kó ṣe ká o nítorí wípé apálára ìkúnpá ní ìfọ̀n ẹni láyé o àtẹ́lẹwọ́ ẹ̀dá o wọ́n ní kí ẹ̀dá o. báyìí bá rí ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹ̀ sí lé ní o nítorí kò tí lówó lọ́wọ́ má gbàgbé ìjẹ́pámọ́ṣẹ́ ara mi o gbèsè ọ̀hún ló ṣe tó fi lówó lọ́wọ́ ṣọ́ra fún kùnú ọmọ ádámọ̀ o ọlọ́run má ṣe wá lólo àtijọ́ ẹnu tí aráyé fi ń pàdégún o ni wọ́n fi ń sọ wípé adé òògùn jẹ́ kó dẹni tó ra kó kówé fèsì ọmọ àdámọ̀ wọ́n ti máa yín mú sí ẹ̀yìn pàpọ̀ ohun tá ò bá ìyá fún o wọ́n ti ní kí ìtọ́jọ́ rárá ohunkóhun tá a bá fara ṣiṣẹ́ fún ní pẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹni mímọ́ yàn. ìyá ń bẹ fọmọ tí ó gbọ́n o ẹ̀kún ń bẹ nílẹ̀ ṣáká ló dájú fọmọkọmọ tó ṣaláì gbọ́ràn wọn. gbogbo ṣẹ́kíṣẹ́ tá a bá ń ṣe ìwọ̀n yóò tá a bá ń ṣe fàlùbáríkà sí ọ̀bọ̀ lọ́la 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 fàlùbáríkà sí ọ̀bọ̀ lọ́la. wọ́n yá ilé aláyíǹde àyíǹde àbíkú ni ọlọ́lá òjàre ọmọọba. èyí fúnjẹ owó tó ń jẹ inú sami o adúmáadán àbíkú mi hàn lábẹ́ òṣèlú bàbá rẹ̀. ọkọ̀ àríkàdé ààbò sátúmọ̀ lọ́la ọkọ̀ ààbò sátúmọ̀ òde rìn ọkọ̀ jù àdátúmọ̀ alákẹ́ wà ọmọọba. ilé bàbá sàláwà tù mí sàláwà tù mí ọmọ jẹ́jẹ́ ọmọ rẹ̀ bàbá rí ìwà nù àlàbí eré yàrá bí màmá bá rẹ̀ jẹ́. ọmọ inú ẹlẹ́rìí jàre kókó wàrà sani àìdí adé ọmọba àwọn alájà sani òjòkú nílé àsani mi àlàfẹ́ yàrá bí má jẹ́ orí bàjẹ́ kò ṣe. àwọn alájí Kàrímù mi ò yé wọlé ọmọ àbíbù mi ọmọ lọ́lá ọ̀nà rẹ́ẹ̀tù mi ọlọ́lá ọkọ̀ alájà mi Suwébà wọn ọkọ̀ alájà mi Bísíkà ọkọ̀ alájà mi Àsùnmáwò màmá Sùlẹ̀mọ́nà mi ọlọ́lá. àwọn tájì sáálì wọlá ọlọ́lá ọmọ asani mi ọlọ́lá ọkọ̀ alájà Táyọ̀ bàbá jẹ́ lílì London bàbá Ìsàtú lójókòó sanilé òṣè. ó dẹ́kọ̀ọ́ rájíkà mọ́rù nítorí inú sami Àyìndé adé ìtawà. Àyìndé adé tó ń jẹ́ inú sami o ọkọ̀ jura dàtọ̀ àlàkẹ́ wa. ọmọ ní inú sàmì àyíndé rí àyíndé àbíkú mi ọlọ́lá. ọkọ̀ afúsàtò ẹ bá mi kárìkẹ́ o màmá nusiratu àbí o àríkẹ́ afúsàtò mi ọlọ́lá àríkẹ́ àdé òun níyàlé gbogbo wa ọmọ ní inú sàmì àyíndé rí àyíndé àbíkú mi ọlọ́lá. ọkọ̀ òde ní afúsàtò mọ̀dá sáyé ìṣọ̀lá o yàrá kì í má jẹ́ orí bàjẹ́ ṣe ọmọ rẹ̀ ọmọ ní inú sàmì àyíndé rí àyíndé àbíkú mi ọlọ́lá. àná àyíndé fújì kàmáńdà mi àyíndé inú sa ọkọ̀ jù rádà tù mí alákẹ́ ọmọ rẹ̀ ọmọ ní inú sàmì àyíndé rí àyíndé àbíkú mi ọlọ́lá. àwọn àyíndé kọ̀mándà bọ́bá gún wa ẹ̀ àyíndé ńkọ́ ọmọ ní inú sàmì àyíndé rí àyíndé àbíkú mi ọlọ́lá. èmi wọlé aláìndé òmùrò bá fi ọba ní èmi wọlé aláìndé òmùrò bá fi ọba ní ẹni bá wọlé aláìndé o àmọ̀kòṣe bá dé ẹni bá wọlé aláìndé o àmọ̀kòṣe bá lò. mo jẹ́ mádùn mo fi wí sí kí sára mo jẹ́ mádùn mo fi wí sí kí sára mo jẹ́ rántí ní pẹ̀lú ẹni wọlé aláìndé o àmọ̀kòṣe fi ọba ní. ẹ bá yín dé hàn mí o torí olúwa ẹ bá yín dé hàn mí o torí olúwa ẹ bá yín dé hàn mí o. kó màmá ní bàjẹ́ ilé ayé ẹ kó màmá ní bàjẹ́ o. ọlá olúwa kó màmá ní bàjẹ́ o. kó màmá ní dòbò agbákalẹ̀ ẹ kó màmá ní dòbò agbákalẹ̀ ẹ kó màmá ní dòbò. kó màmá ní bàjẹ́ agbákalẹ̀ ẹ kó màmá ní bàjẹ́ o. ọlá olúwa kó màmá ní bàjẹ́ o. àìdé adé ìlú sàbí bàbá lókè kó ọmọ àbáyọ. ọkọ̀ òde ẹgbẹ́ fúnra tó wà fún sáàtì. ọmọ ní inú sàbí àìdé lóríṣiríṣi àìdé àbíkú mi ọlọ́lá. ọkọ̀ àyíké orí àrùn àbúsá tó ní ọmọ ní inú sàbí àìdé àìdé àbíkú mi ọlọ́lá. ọkọ̀ àlàkẹ́mi dáadáa àbúrò
Amuludun 99.1 FM fún ìgbádùn gbogbo wa.
àlẹ́ni tó ti kú ó ni kò sí ìrètí fún o. má sọkún mọ́ o ṣe ni kó máa yọ̀ iṣẹ́ ilé ayé yìí kò máa gbẹ́kún rárá o kò sẹ́ni tó máa rẹ́rìn tí ò ní kọ́kọ́ sunkún o mọ́wọ́ kú ò lẹ́ràn o ìrònú ò dá nǹkan. ẹ máa jó ẹ máa yọ̀ ẹ máa jó ẹ máa yọ̀ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ọlọ́run ti fayọ̀.
ayé wa ẹ máa yọ̀.
ìgbàgbà ẹ lọ́wọ́ o ogun ṣì máa gbà ẹ́. àní ìgbàgbà ẹ lọ́wọ́ ogun ṣì máa gbà ẹ́. ilé ayé ò gbà fún ẹ ogun ṣì máa gbà ọ́. àní ilé ayé yìí ò gbà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí ogun ṣì máa gbà sẹ́. ọlọ́run bá ń bẹ lẹ́yìn rẹ̀ o àkùkù gbà ó nílẹ̀ wí. ẹ máa jó ẹ máa yọ̀ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ẹ máa jó ẹ máa yọ̀ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ọlọ́run ti fayọ̀.
ayé wa ẹ máa yọ̀.
ọ̀tá mi máa yọ̀ mí bí mo bá ṣubú máa dìde o. àní ẹni bí máa yọ̀ mí bí mo bá ṣubú máa dìde o. ìṣubú ẹ̀dá kì í ṣòpin ìrìn àjò. ìṣubú ẹ̀dá kì í ṣòpin ayé ẹni o. ogun ní sọnidà lágbára ẹ máa yọ̀ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ máa ronú.
ẹ máa yọ̀.
ẹ máa yọ̀ ẹ máa jó ẹ máa yọ̀ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ọlọ́run ti fayọ̀ sáyé wa ẹ máa yọ̀. ó yàjọ ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́ yìí lọ́wọ́ yìí lọ́wọ́ yìí ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́ yìí. àṣeyọ̀hún lọ lọ́run ọlọ́run ò ṣe bá bínú bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kò ṣe bá jà èyí tó fi ń ronú ó yára wẹ̀bẹ̀ sí kó má bẹ bàbá kó wí pé fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀ fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀ fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀ jẹ́ kó bọ́ sí fún mi o ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó ṣeṣe fún mi o ọlọ́run fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀. fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀ fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀ fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀ jẹ́ kó bọ́ sí fún mi o ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó ṣeṣe fún mi o ọlọ́run fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀. kódà kí dààmú pọ̀ kódà kí ṣòro pọ̀ kódà kí dààmú pọ̀ kódà kí ṣòro pọ̀ ó máa ń bọ̀ ọkàn jẹ́ ni ó máa mú ọkàn ṣáko lọ ní ó tún máa mú ọkàn rẹ̀wẹ̀sì ni fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀ olúwa fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀ fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀ fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀ jẹ́ kó bọ́ sí fún mi o ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó ṣeṣe fún mi o ọlọ́run fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀. ó yá máa wí pé mo mọ̀ kó lè ṣe tèmi. mo mọ̀ kó lè ṣe tèmi àṣeyọ̀hún lọ́lọ́run akùnkùn bá mi ṣe kò sóhun tó lè fún ani mo mọ̀ kó lè ṣe tèmi o. kábíyèsí mo mọ̀ kó lè ṣe tèmi torí pé ó ń gbálá owó sàn ó ń jí òkú dìde dédédédé ń wá ń wá dédédédé ń wá ń wá mo mọ̀ kó lè ṣe tèmi. fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀ fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀ fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀ yẹ kó bọ́ sí fún mi o ọlọ́run yẹ kó ṣeṣe fún mi o ọlọ́run fi mí lọ́kàn ó yá má dá mi dájòrò. ọlọ́run wípé sẹ́ má dá mi dáṣòro mi o ṣe ni kó ràn mí lọ́wọ́ o ọlọ́run má dá mi dáṣòro mi má má dá mi dá ṣòro mi o. Orí ńlọ́lẹ̀ ilé dáṣe. Kábíyèsí, orí mi lọ́lẹ̀ ilé dáṣe. Tá a bá dá sọ fọ́lẹ̀ àpá aláró ni. Ṣé bá gba tán là ń gbọ́lẹ̀ o? Ṣé ni kò ràn mí lọ́wọ́ kó wá ṣàánú fún mi ní? Má dá mi dá ṣòro mi. Ọlọ́run má dá mi dá ṣòro mi o. Ṣé ni kò ràn mí lọ́wọ́ o? Ọlọ́run bá mi ṣètò ayé mi. Ọlọ́run má fi mí dára tí ó dáadáa. Ọlọ́run bá mi ṣètò ayé mi. Má fi mí dára tí ó dáa. Fáṣọlá o, òbí jẹ gọ́ọ̀nà Lagos State, alára rẹ̀ dákun máa wò mí nìran. Má fi mí dára tí yóò dáadáa láyé mi. Ọlọ́run bàbá o, bá mi ṣètò ayé mi. Má fi mí dára tí yóò dáa. Ó dára tó dá nínú ayé Jonathan. Ebele Obi jẹ president Nàìjíríà, alára rẹ̀ máa wò mí níran o. Lọ sórísun ayé mi, orísun ayé mi kò lè sun rere, ìgbésí ayé mi lè ní ìtumọ̀, ṣé mi gangan fúnra mi ò mọ̀. Ọlọ́run bàbá bá mi ṣètò ayé mi ni ọ́. Má fi mí dára tí ó dá. Ó yá mo fẹ́ kó mọ̀ pé máa gbọ́, kò ní pẹ́ kò ní jìnnà wá gbére dé. Kò ní pẹ́ kò ní jìnnà wá gbére dé o. Kò ní pẹ́ kò ní jìnnà wá gbére dé sẹ́. Kò ní pẹ́ kò ní jìnnà wá gbére dé o. Kò ní pẹ́ kò ní jìnnà ògo mi á bú. Kò ní pẹ́ kò ní jìnnà ògo mi á bú yọ. Kò ní pẹ́ kò ní ayọ̀ mi á. Kò ní pẹ́ kò ní jìnnà ayọ̀ mi á dé o. Wọ́n á tún gbowó dé ìbùkún owó. Kò ní pẹ́ kò ní jìnnà wá gbowó dé o. Wá gbowó dé, wá gbé bùkún dé, wá gbọ́ ládé. Kò ní pẹ́ kò ní jìnnà wá gbowó dé o. Kò ní pẹ́ kò ní jìnnà ògo mi á bú. Kò ní pẹ́ kò ní jìnnà ògo mi á bú yọ. Ìbùkún ire ògo wọ́n tún wọlé dé sẹ́. Kò ní pẹ́ kò ní jìnnà ògo mi á bú yọ. Tó bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ má fi rònú pa ara rẹ ò kówó tó dé. Má fi rònú para rẹ ò kọ́lá yẹn tó dé sẹ́. Má fi rònú para rẹ kókó ẹ tó bùyọ. Ìrònú ò dá nǹkan, ó ń ba nǹkan jẹ́ ní ṣógbọ́n. Má fi rònú para rẹ ò kówó tó dé. Má fi rònú para rẹ ò kọ́lá tó dé. Má fi rònú para rẹ kókó ẹ tó bùyọ. Ìrònú ò dá nǹkan, ó ń ba nǹkan jẹ́ ní. Ó dára ká máa múnú ara wa dùn nígbà gbogbo. Àní ó dára ká máa múnú ara wa dùn nígbà gbogbo. Káyé kóra wa sínú ìrònú tí ò dá nǹkan torí ohun tá ń lé. Abá a ò bá ohun Ọlọ́run ni. Ohun tá ń lé. Abá a ò bá ohun Ọlọ́run ni. Ìrònú ò dá nǹkan, ó ń fa hypertension ni. Ìrònú ò dá nǹkan, ó ń fa depression ní ṣógbọ́n. Má fi rònú pa ara rẹ ò kówó tó dé. Má fi rònú pa ara rẹ ò kọ́lá tó dé. Jọ gbọ́ ibi tọ́lọ̀ mú ẹ lọ ibi gíga ni tó bá ti wá fìrònú para rẹ kó tó dé ńkọ́ tó bá ti wá fìrònú ṣe ra rẹ léṣe kó tó dé ńkọ́ àní má fìrònú para rẹ kókó ẹ tó bùyọ ìrònú ò dá nǹkan ó ń ba nǹkan jẹ́ ní ṣogbọ́ mọ́mì ṣogbọ́ dádì ṣogbọ́ yé má fìrònú para rẹ kókó ẹ tó bùyọ ìrònú ò dá nǹkan ó ń ba nǹkan jẹ́ ní ìrònú ò dá nǹkan o ìrònú ò dá nǹkan má ronú mọ́ torí pé ọ̀nà ẹ̀ sì jìn gan ni ògo ń bẹ níwájú ayọ̀ ń bẹ níwájú ẹ̀ o máa ma wọlé o máa ma jáde o máa ma lọ o máa ma bọ̀ o máa ma kórè wọlé o máa ma kó ayọ̀ ó pọ̀ jù ìwọ tó jẹ́ pé ìrìn àjò ẹ̀ gba London ó gba London kọjá àní o máa dé England tó bọ̀ ó tún gba Canada o máa lọ sí Canada yẹn o máa ma lọ o máa ma bọ̀ o máa ma kórè wọlé o máa ma ó pọ̀ jù amẹ́ gangan wàá tún dá Amẹ́ríkà yẹn o wàá lọ kí yóò bá máa gan o torí ọmọ ológo nìyẹn o ìrìnàjò ẹ̀ gba amẹ́ wàá tún fẹsẹ̀ kan dé Dublin wàá lọ kí wọ́n ní Dublin wàá kórè wálé wàá káyọ̀ wá o ní Nàìjíríà yo nílùú táwa yo oṣù ọ̀dún a máa làlùyọ ní Nàìjíríà yo gbogbo wa pátá ni mo sọ àní ní Nàìjíríà yo oríire mi ti sáté gbẹ̀ngbẹ̀n tí gbẹ̀ngbẹ̀ngbẹ̀ tí gbẹ̀ngbẹ̀ngbẹ̀ tí gbẹ̀ngbẹ̀ngbẹ̀ tí gbẹ̀ngbẹ̀ngbẹ̀ tí gbẹ̀ngbẹ̀ngbẹ̀ tí tó bá fẹ́ ga jẹ́ ìrànwọ́ ẹ lókè tó bá fẹ́ ga jẹ́ ìrànwọ́ ẹ lókè ó yá gbọ́wọ́ ẹ sórí ẹ ó yá máa ṣe báyìí wípé gorí sókè gorí sókè gorí kí n gàjà ayé lọ kí n gàjà ayé lọ ìsàlẹ̀ ti sú mi ìfẹ́ sunkún mọ́ ìfẹ́ ronú mọ́ èmi gangan ọmọ ológo èmi gangan ọmọ alá.
ìyá ló ń fọmọ aláìgbọràn kó tó dọlọ́gbọ́n. ìyá ló ń fọmọ aláìgbọràn kó tó dọlọ́gbọ́n. ìyá ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tí a jẹ ó ti tó. ìyá ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tí a jẹ ó ti tó. Elédùmarè jọ̀wọ́ bá wa tún Nàìjíríà ṣe o. Àti ríṣẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ àti débi iṣẹ́ wàhálà. Àti ríṣẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ àti débi iṣẹ́ wàhálà. Àti débi iṣẹ́ ò dàbí àti wálé. Àti débi iṣẹ́ ò dàbí àti wálé. Gbogbo bus stop èrò dúró dé mọ́tò. Èrò pọ̀ ju mọ́tò lọ. Gbogbo bus stop èrò dúró dé mọ́tò. Èrò pọ̀ ju mọ́tò lọ. Elédùmarè jọ̀wọ́ bá wa tún Nàìjíríà ṣe o. Òṣìṣẹ́ ń ṣe wọ́n tán lè ṣe. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. Omi ló pàjọ́ ká lọ. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. Òṣìṣẹ́ ń ṣe wọ́n tán lè ṣe. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. Omi ló pàjọ́ ká lọ. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. Fọ́múlà ló kù tá tún fi ń jẹun. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. Omi ló pàjọ́ ká lọ. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. Fọ́múlà 014. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. Omi ló pàjọ́ ká lọ. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. 001 ilẹ̀ ti rí sí. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. Omi ló pàjọ́ ká lọ. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. Kájẹ̀tọ̀ sọ́mà lè jẹ́ talẹ́. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. Omi ló pàjọ́ ká lọ. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. Kápẹ́ bí mọ́nú lọ síbi iṣẹ́. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. Omi ló pàjọ́ ká lọ. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. Ká fi gúgúrú àtẹ̀pà ṣe lọ́rùn ṣe. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. Omi ló pàjọ́ ká lọ. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. Mẹ̀kúnnù ń ṣe wọ́n tán lè ṣe. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. Omi ló pàjọ́ ká lọ. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. Ìjọba ń ṣe wọ́n tán lè ṣe. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. Omi ló pàjọ́ ká lọ. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. Owó epo wọlé déédéé mọ́. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. Omi ló pàjọ́ ká lọ. Wọ́n ń ṣe o. Ìjọba ń ṣe wọ́n tán lè ṣe. Wọ́n ń ṣe o.
láti kó mọ́